Hello everyone, I trust you're well. In today's video, I want to talk about a topic that I know many of you have come across, I'm sure, on the internet. That is digital IDs, right? So if you're in the UK, if you're in Europe, and also if you're in the US, this especially applies to you. So sit back, relax, and keep watching till the end of the video. Well, for those of you who know me, you know that I do not live in the UK, I do not live in Europe, and I do not live in the US, okay? I am living in El Salvador, and my family, we live here, and we live pretty much mostly off-grid, you could say. And also, by the way, before I dig in, I want to show you something. This is not what you think it is. I also want to mention that I came across these in a store, and the store is called Organico, and I was like, hold on, this is not legal here. But then I looked closer and I was like, interesting. These are made of lavender, you know, lavender flowers, lavender, passion flower. Okay, you know passion fruits? You like eating passion fruit? Yeah, passion flower from the same plant. Lavender, passion flower, and mugwort, and mullein. And these are all super medicinal herbs with no side effects. And I was like, hold on a minute, I'm gonna try this. Because for some of you who also know me, you know that from age 12, I became super severely addicted to weed. Like, I mean, super addicted. I was reliant and dependent upon weed as a 12-year-old up until 17. And I quit forever. And I used it as a coping mechanism to sort of suppress traumas and emotions that I wasn't ready to deal with as a child. And it definitely served its purpose, but now I cannot smoke weed anymore. And I haven't actually smoked a joint like this it's been nearly several years, guys. So when I came across these, something called me to try, and I did. And it's been a few days since we found these, and honestly, they're great. You don't feel any side effect, you don't feel tired, you don't feel sluggish, you don't get hungry, you don't experience any of the symptoms like smoking weed from the THC. This is very intensifying for your dreams at nighttime, I noticed. And on the packet, it's also advertised as being for helping with meditation and lucid dreaming. And I can say so far that it makes sense. Now, I myself, I have studied herbalism since I was a child, so I'm aware of the various properties of different herbs. Just saw these in the store and I was like, I'm gonna try these. It's been like several years, guys, and what's it all about? So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. But anyway, back to the topic of digital IDs. You gotta excuse me if I'm sniffly. My nose is because this is a whole nother video. Honestly, I've been through a lot of stuff over the last few years. Ever since I got the PCR tests, you know those tests they were forcing on everyone for the scamdemic. Ever since they put those things up my nose, it did something to my sinuses that has not ever gone away ever since. It's a disaster. I mean, I've tried everything. And yes, it's healing. Don't get me wrong, it's healing, but you guys, never put anything up your nose, ever. Nothing. Do not get these tests. Do not get these things they put in you. Please avoid it. Please, please, please. Don't put your body through that. I had those things up my nose when they were forcing them on you to travel. It caused a damage that has still not repaired after multiple years, and it's healing, but it takes time, okay? We're talking about damaged nerves and vice versa up here, which is a very sensitive place. So anyways, so digital IDs, okay? If you're in the UK and the US and Europe, you're gonna be affected by this. Now, Trump is even trying to roll out the martial law in the US, right? So if you were in New York or LA or any of these major cities, Washington, you would have seen a bunch of troops scattered all over the main cities, right, in public. But they will tell you that this is for protecting you as their citizens against illegal immigrants, right? They will also use this justification for the UK for rolling out the digital ID as well. I've checked it out on the government website. They're using illegal immigration as their justification to start rolling out the digital ID. Now, for those of us who know, we know that this is really a big falsification. It is not it is not at all justified, because we both know that anyone at those borders could have stopped everyone from coming in at any given moment. But they were allowing everyone to come in, giving them 5-star hotels, free benefits, and all of this sort of stuff, right? As you well know. And now they're telling you that they're going to be introducing the digital ID to keep you monitored 24/7, to keep your travel under surveillance 24/7 across all borders, to protect you from illegal immigrants. Okay, yeah, right, that really makes sense. Anyway, this is the matrix we live in. And I had someone comment on one of my videos like, oh, I followed you from when you had no subscribers. It's so sad you're talking about the matrix. It's so sad. So what is sad about that? Please tell me. What is sad about the fact that we live in the matrix, and unless you've been living in a cave your whole life, you're gonna have to come to terms with the world around you. Now, we as light bearers, especially my students and my teachers at my School of Light, we believe in awakening to the reality that's around us and that we are in the 3D realm, so that we can uplift ourselves and uplift humanity and others around us with the truth, with the light, and also with the teachings and the light of Christ. So we teach about all this in my School of Light. And the link for that is down below. Right now, my husband is on a very long water fast, okay? And he's been doing these now once a month for anywhere between 5 to 7 to 10 days. 10 days water fasting with prayer, with meditation, daily workouts, gym, walking, running. And you won't believe it, today he literally ran 10 miles up at the beach here while not having eaten for 5 days. And I'm like, wow, that's nearly half a marathon my husband ran this morning, and that is super impressive. So, you know, next Saturday my husband is going to be hosting a class at our School of Light on the power of fasting and prayer, and how you can experience miraculous healing from it. So if you'd like to gain access to this awesome upcoming class, which is free for your first time, the link's down below as well. Another thing we're going to be going into, which you can join us on my link as well, is how you can actually escape the matrix. Because when it comes to these topics like digital IDs and travel being tracked and putting citizens under surveillance at every corner and basically cornering you to put you in a box even more than we are already in, you may You may feel like at some point you want to get out of the city, but I know many of you are stuck because you're working your jobs. So how are you going to leave the city, avoid the digital IDs and the surveillance and the martial law, and still be able to earn money and provide for yourself or your family, right? That's the question that many of you, I know you have. I know many of you want to get out of the cities. You want to have some piece of land or somewhere at least that's safe and peaceful, where you don't feel like you have to be tracked for your every move, right? Well, that's what me and my husband did. We left. My husband left New York and I left England, okay? And so we decided to move to El Salvador and start our family. And it's been one of the best things we've ever done, okay? Find a nice piece of land, find a house or build your house like we did. And the good thing about living in El Salvador is that the cost of living is extremely low, overall, generally speaking. And right now the prices of land are not that high either, but they have been rising extremely much within the last year. And that's because the tourism here is increasing every single year. I think it was like number 2 on the list of the most populated tourist locations last year for 2024. It was El Salvador. And my husband's been in real estate basically for the last 12 years almost, coming up, in New York, which is a very busy city, very, very busy. And so he has a lot of experience there. And if any of you beautiful souls ever want to make a move and find somewhere else to live that's not like in the matrix itself, and secure a piece of land for yourself that's not super, super high in price, right? That you can't ever possibly afford. Because many people think like, wow, if I could just have a nice piece of land, if I could just be like self-sustainable and live off grid and have my own garden and my farm. And I know so many of you love this idea, but it seems impossible. It is, in a way, impossible to so many of you, and that's very sad. And I'm here to tell you it is not impossible and it doesn't have to be. So we're going to be hosting a class on this as well in my School of Light, and that's coming up very soon, this month, October. So I'd love for you to be there for that one too. And the link's down below for you to join us. I'm then going to be hosting my class at the end of the month after my husband, with a monthly tune-up, with our light language, Reiki healing sound baths, and with coaching, okay? So yeah, I would love for you to be there with us, and it would be great to see you and become a part of our beautiful soul family. We have a growing community of beautiful souls worldwide who all believe in their own journey of spiritual awakening, ascension, and being able to empower themselves to live their best lives and also help others around them too. Because isn't that what life's all about? Comment down below if you agree. So, yeah, if you want to get out the matrix and escape the rat race, and you've been pondering on it but you're not really sure, well, we're here to help. Okay, we're here to help. I'd love to help you be able to do what I've done with me and my family, and I've accomplished this at 23 years old. And I don't say that to brag or boast, but just to simply let you know that anything is possible. Even though sometimes it can feel impossible, you might feel very stuck, like you don't want to leave your hometown where you've been forever. Even though prices are rising, things are becoming very unaffordable, and the middle class is slowly dissipating into nothingness, so that we're just left with the rich and the poor. And you want to actually break out of that cycle break out of the matrix, the 3D that keeps you entrapped, the 9-to-5 cycle, the rat race, and just make your life better for you and for your family. Create a future for yourselves, because right now the future for you guys in England, in the US, in Europe is not looking too pretty. So if you want to be part of something greater, then consider joining my School of Light, and I am here to help you alongside my light team and our beautiful Soul Tribe family. Okay, we'd love to have you there with us. So I just wanted to let you beautiful souls know I'm still here. I'm just very busy at home because I'm a mother. I have a growing baby boy who is almost 1.5 years and it's gone super quickly, and I'm just non-stop around the house and then with my baby. And so finding the time for making content all the time is something that I'm not able to do. I don't have a team working for me, at least right now. Maybe in the future that would be great. But we host weekly classes at my School of Light. So every single week, even though I'm not posting on YouTube all the time, you are able to connect with me and our beautiful light team and our soul family at the School of Light. Okay? So that's where we're at. If you don't see me here, you know where I am. And, well, with that being said, we're gonna head out very shortly and go to San Salvador. We have some things to do. So I'm gonna check out now. But as always, thank you for being here. And it's always amazing to connect. Be sure to subscribe if you're new here and check out all my other videos. I have quite a few hundred on my channel. And I was actually looking at some of my oldest videos. If you go to my channel, go to the top filter and then type in, press oldest. Press where it says oldest instead of newest, oldest videos. You can see some of my oldest videos, the first ones I ever made, and it was quite funny to reflect on those. And one of them I really love is where I'm talking about reality as being a hologram and basically delving into the topic of quantum mechanics. So that was very cool. And I made those videos when I started YouTube when I was 17, 18, around that time. So it was a few years ago. And even at those ages, I was already discussing these topics that many people now, 3 times my age, are delving into on quantum mechanics and reality as a hologram, reality as a fractal, being able to, program your mind in order to shape your external and all of this sort of stuff. So yeah, really awesome. And let me know what you want to see more of from me. I'd love to hear. So be sure to share in the comments below, subscribe, and join us at my School of Light. Become a part of our family to awaken, to ascend, and to manifest your dream life and escape the matrix forever. Link down below.